Welcome once again to your update from the city of New Hope. The mayor with us once again, Kathi Hemken. Welcome, Mayor. How are you today?
Hi, Dave. Just fine, thanks. A beautiful day out today.
It is wonderful once again. Great to have you with us to update residents on some things happening in New Hope. Let's begin with some talk about water. We've talked about it all summer long. How are things going in New Hope? What do residents need to know?
Well, as you know, we've had a little bit of rain, but the DNR is suggesting to us that we continue with the water restriction. And so we're going to be doing that until further notice. So that's the odd even. If your address is odd or even, that's the days you can water. No watering between 12 and 6. And please, if you are watering with a sprinkler system, make sure that sprinkler is going on your lawn and not in the driveway or on the street. So just be careful with your water because it's still very precious right now.
Excellent points. Let's move on to some golf happening with a couple cities involved here. Tell us about your work with New Hope on the golf course.
So the Twin West Chamber, which is now called Minneapolis North, I believe, they're having a golf tournament on the 17th. They're having it at the New Hope Golf Course. There's over 75 golfers signed up already. Basically, it's a shotgun start, and then they have a dinner afterwards. And all that money that they raise goes to different charities within the city, like the YMCA, Prism, Near, just the charities between New Hope and Crystal. And so we all benefit from that tournament.
Yeah, great annual event. Gets a lot of golfers out and they have a lot of fun. So if you can join them, do that. Let's move on to some talk from the police department. A few things happening there. First, we've got some new faces coming in the department.
Well, we hired 2 new police officers, and they'll be starting on the 20th of September. And typically what happens is they have an orientation on that day, and then they go into field training. And that field training lasts, they're on probation for a whole year. And then after that year, if they pass that, they'll be sworn in as sworn officers.
Congratulations to the new officers. Current officers still out there delivering meals. Remind us again of that great work going on as community engagement.
Well, they've been doing this every week, and I think I'm so proud of these guys. Every week it's a couple different police officers, and to the delight of the people that are getting their meal delivered, they find that really fun to have these officers coming in uniform delivering their meals to them. So kudos to the police department for continuing to do that.
Yeah, what a neat opportunity. Let's move ahead to Public Works. Quite a bit happening here. And the first one, we're going to talk a little bit about some sand that shows up every summer in the city. And now the city of New Hope gets that out of there. Great partnership. How does this work?
I think this is just a wonderful partnership. So every year, New Hope Bowl has an outdoor volleyball court. And of course, they bring in sand so they can play in the sand. When the season's over, they donate that sand to the city of New Hope. And we pick it up and deliver it to our Public Works department. And then we use it on our streets in the winter. So it's just everybody wins on that one. They get rid of their sand and we get free sand.
All right. It's a sign that fall is coming, though, that the volleyball court goes away. But that's all right. A lot of great fall things coming up. Infrastructure projects. Let's talk about one that is finally finishing up here. Where is that? Where are the happy residents?
Well, Northwood Parkway and 36 and a half. There was a little problem with some warranty on the sewer system underneath that they had to correct. So that's all dug up again. It's all fixed. They'll put a layer of blacktop on top of that. And they probably won't put the wear coat on until next spring because they want to let that settle a little bit, see if there's any cracks. So one of these days, Northwood Parkway and 36 and a half will actually have a nice street.
Very good. Let's move up further north in the city on to Boone. Tell us about a retaining wall there that the city is doing some work on.
Well, right north of Chardon Court on Bass Lake Road and Boone, that property, we have an easement, of course, in the street. Well, there was a little retaining wall there that was falling apart. And since it's on the city's easement, it's our responsibility to replace that. So that's all been ripped out. New bricks have been put in. And after the bricks, of course, they fill it in. And they're waiting to put any grass or any seed down until the weather cools a little bit and it's more favorable to be growing grass. So right now it looks a little bit messy.
Okay.
But it'll get back to looking pretty real soon.
Very nice. Next stop in your update from the city of New Hope this week is Park and Recreation. And it looks like, Mayor, you could play any sport you wanted to in the city of New Hope. What are the options coming up this fall?
Well, they're having classes and training for football and soccer and basketball and everything but baseball. So sign up for one of them, and including adult pickleball. Those classes will be starting soon too.
All right, information on the city's website, newhopemn.gov, if you want to find out more, and in some of the publications that have come to your home in New Hope as well. Here's a neat program that goes on each year, Dance Shoe Exchange. Please explain. This sounds neat.
Well, we have a very large dance group in New Hope, and they go from like 3-year-olds to 18-year-olds. And of course, as 3-year-olds grow, so do their feet. And so what they've done now is they have a shoe exchange just before the dance season starts. So that as you outgrow those shoes, you just bring them in to the ice arena, and they have this big exchange, and you pick up a pair of shoes that fit you now. And by the end of the season, they probably will fit you then.
That's right.
But what a wonderful way to save a little money and to be able to exchange your things.
Yeah, fantastic program. We've talked about flag football the past couple of weeks, that it is coming, and now it sounds like it's here. The players are out practicing, I understand?
They had their first practice at the Robbinsdale Middle School field, and they'll be practicing regularly there.
All right. It's not quite the end of summer because we still have some things going on outside at the Civic Center Park. Tell us about some of the entertainment in the park, some of the opportunities coming up.
Well, Tuesday, the 14th, they're having bingo in the park, and that's being sponsored by Meadow Ridge residents. And so that's at 11 to 12, and it's free. Bring a chair. There'll be some seating at the picnic tables, but probably not for everyone. So do bring a chair along with you. And then on Wednesday, the Fridley Band, City Band, is playing a bunch of German music. Again, another free concert. That's being sponsored by Northridge residents and the Home Instead program. And so that's 11:30 to 12:30 at Civic Center Park. Again, bring a chair to sit on.
Yeah, great fun for everyone in the community. Here's another fun event to put on your calendar. This is for Saturday the 18th over at the Crystal Community Center. Lots of big trucks and vehicles. What's happening there?
Well, that's our annual vehicle fair. So the cities of Crystal and New Hope bring their big trucks and their little trucks, as well as CCX and the fire department. And the kids can just basically look in the trucks and touch them and just stand by them. So it's really a fun thing. I believe it's 10 to 11 or 10 to 12 on Saturday at the Crystal Community Center.
All right, more information on the city's website, again, newhopemn.gov. Also information on the site about this opportunity. As we get to the fall season and the gym's in use, you need some gym attendants. How can people sign up to have that type of a job in the city?
Well, we pretty much fill up our community gym. That's that big gym, and that's attached to Cooper High School. So we pretty much fill that up, but we need gym attendants. And basically they wipe down the floor and make sure that everybody's where they're supposed to be and they're not doing things they shouldn't be doing. So we're looking for applicants for the gym attendants. They can do that online to apply for that. I have no idea what it pays, but they'll get that information when they go online.
Very good. All right, let's head over to the golf course. And as you might expect, with the weather changing a little bit, everyone's hustling getting to the golf course. And you've got tournaments that happened all weekend long.
They did. Last Friday, they had the Moonlight Golf Tournament. That's where they put little pegs in the balls so that they light up when you hit them. And the golfers wear little necklaces that glow in the dark, and they have tiki torches around. Well, when you hit the ball, if it happens to go in the water, it still glows. So the team behind you knows that you hit your ball in the water. But then you hit the ball and it's dark. They turn off all the lights, and the only way they can find the ball is with flashlights, and then they try to hit it again. So that tournament was Friday night. There was a tournament there Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon. So the golf course is keeping really, really busy. And fall leagues, of course, are starting. However, I do know there's some open tee times. So if you want to play, you've got to go online or call and get a tee time. Don't just show up because they might not have a time available for you.
Another spot that's been very busy throughout the summer, but now really ramping up, is the ice arena. Give us a quick overview of some of the things going on there, and good news for people that like to strap up their own skates and get out there.
Well, first of all, the Friday night open skate is open from 6:30 to 8. And then the Sunday skate is open from 4 to 6. You can rent skates there. I believe they're $5, or you can bring your own, of course. So that's a fun thing that's happening. They're having some elite tournaments, and of course the youth hockey is starting to have their tryouts. So they're in the practice phase before the trials start. So the ice arena is starting to ramp up and we'll start to get really, really busy. So with that being said, they're replacing the skylight.
Right.
So on the south rink, there's that curved skylight. And the problem is in the winter when it snows, the snow piles up there and then it gets warm and it slides off and it
Right.
blocks the door, the emergency exit door, and it could fall on your head. So we're replacing that with a different type of skylight. So you'll see a big crane there, and they'll be working on that for the next week or so.
All right, a couple final notes from the city. First, human resources. We've got a position the city is looking to fill. Give us some more details about that.
Well, we have a stormwater person that we're looking to fill, and I believe they have till the 20th of September to get their application in on that. We're always looking for people to work in the parks and to work at the warming houses, which I don't want to say.
Right. All right. So go to the city's website again, newhopemn.gov, to find out more about that position. Also find out about the city services survey. We've talked about this, how important it is for the city. How are things going as far as numbers, and what would you say to residents to get the final push here?
Well, we're down a few. We've got less than 600 surveys taken so far. We really would like people to either go online, you can answer the survey. It takes about less time than it takes to make a cup of coffee in your little coffee maker. So you can make a cup of coffee, fill out the survey. It doesn't take very long. We really do respond to any comments that are written on the survey if you give us your telephone number so we can call you, or an email address. You have until the 1st of October to get those in, and we really do read them and we do respond to them.
All right, residents, give your feedback, please. Couple other things looking forward to October. Let's talk about City Day first. This is a chance for people to interact with the city, but in person. What happens on this day and when is it?
Well, no, I've just forgotten when it was. It's October
9th.
Thank you.
Yep.
October 9th. So in the city, in conjunction with West Metro, are putting on City Days. So West Metro Fire Department will have Station 3 open, so you can see the fire trucks and roam around there. They're also having a waffle breakfast that they use as a fundraiser. And then after that, you can wander over to where the city staff has put up tables, see what's going on. We always have the bean game where they give you 5 beans and 8 places to put them. And you put your beans in the little jar that you think is most important to you. And then we count the beans that are in the jar and make sure that we're giving attention to the right programs that the people want to see. So those 2 events will happen in October. The last day of the farmers market will be the last Saturday in September. So the farmers market will be over, and this will be something to do on a Saturday morning. And I believe that's 10 to 12.
All right, right along Xylem there. Again, lots of activities going on that day. A couple other events, the In Focus Photo Contest. We encourage you to get your cameras out. What is this contest? And it looks like we have a deadline of October 15th.
We do. So this year, we're only asking people to submit 1 photo per person. We're doing that so that we get more people to actually send in photos. So the photos can be taken of people, landmarks, or nature, I believe. And 1 photo. They will then post the photos and have a citizens vote for their favorite. They'll give a prize out for first, second, third place, and there's also a category for the under 18.
Great.
So get those photos in. The photos have to be taken by someone that lives, works, or goes to school in New Hope, and the photos must be taken from within the city.
Very good. All right. Fun event. And again, the city's website has lots of information about that. Final note, you wanted to mention a partnership that's going on, one of the great businesses in the city helping out with some coats, and you might get a meal out of this. How does it work?
Well, Northridge, the residents of Northridge, that's the 5500 building, they're doing a coats for kids to drive. So if you bring a new coat or a slightly used coat, they'll give you a meal for 2. So that's between 3:30 and 6. Just drive by, somebody will bring out the meal and take your coat from you. And those coats all go to the Salvation Army, and they'll just get cleaned and then give to kids.
Fantastic program, great partnership again with the city. A lot of information passed along today, so go to the city's website, newhopemn.gov, to find out about all the things that are going on. Mayor Hemken, thanks once again for your time. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will talk to you next week.
See you, Dave.
Learn more about the connection at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.